Is it possible this is a real-life Optimus Prime parked at an AutoZone? Or is this just some kind of transformative joke? I've got the answer to that transformative mystery, plus answers on a couple other things that you guys just happen to be scratching your heads about. Like this picture that claims this floating trash bin is completely real. This picture that wants us to believe there are real blue dogs living in Mumbai, India. And this picture claiming this animal is real. I've got all that, plus a new mystery video, my favorite fake of the week, and a whole bunch more. So grab some comfort food, sit back, and get ready to stimulate your brains. Hey guys, Bill here. Our first item this week is a rather bizarre picture. It was sent in by Sean Stoddard, who just wrote, "Hey Bill, is this a photo of a real giant-size Optimus Prime toy? Or is it just another BFF, as in big fat fake?" Sean, I've seen some life-size Transformer stuff like that time I went to Comic-Con in Detroit, but I don't think I've ever quite seen anything like this, so let's take a closer look. Upon a more detailed examination, it's pretty obvious to me that this isn't a real vehicle. I mean, the thing is definitely made from plastic, but on the other hand, maybe somebody just made a huge plastic version of the Optimus Prime as some kind of marketing ploy. Other than that, there wasn't a whole lot to go on, so what I did was post it to my YouTube community page to see what you guys could come up with. Will the Beast wrote, "Real. I can see why the toy-making company would do something like this." Applejuice YT agreed, saying, "Hasbro made a life-size LPS for a toy fair, so maybe it might be from a 2019-2020 toy fair." On the other hand, Dino Gamer said, "This is Photoshop because I've seen people do things similar to this, but they use toy sports cars." Lauren the Hedgehog said, "It's a BFF, as in big fat fake, because it's a toy just grown with editing magic." Okay, well, there you have it. So I think what we need to do now is just go ahead and take an official vote. Okay, so take a good look at this picture, and if you think this is a life-size version of an Optimus Prime toy used to do some kind of promotional marketing, then vote real. It doesn't have to be drivable, it just has to be as big as you see it in the picture, okay? Now, on the other hand, if you think somebody took a picture of a small toy and blew it up to make it look as big as this one is in the picture, then what you're going to do is vote fake, okay? And as usual, if you don't think we have an answer one way or another, then you just vote unknown. Okay, so when I say go, what you do is you go ahead and you make your vote up here. And if that's not working for you, you can always leave your answer down in the comment section. And if neither one of those are working, what you do is you just shout it out so everybody knows where you stand, okay? You ready? And go. Hey, I got an idea. While everybody's making up their mind and voting, what do you say we take a look at this week's mystery video? The video was sent in by Payne Ogo. Payne says he saw it on Snapchat and wants to know if it's real or not. A lot of you guys might think this is just a red tide that happens sometimes in the ocean, but I gotta tell you, I've seen red tides and I've never seen red sand like this in a red tide. This has to be something else. So if any of you guys have some smoking gun proof of what is going on here and where it's going on, please leave some information in the comment section and I will be very grateful. Here's another mystery video that came this week. Can somebody really carry this many bags of what looks like rice or something heavy like that? And oh, by the way, that mystery video from last week with this strange animal, thanks to lots and lots of viewers like Tori Thompson, JR Harrow, Sky Pixel, and especially David Vodka, we now know this is a colugo or flying lemur. Found mostly in the rainforest of Southeast Asia, it really doesn't have the ability to fly. They are known as gliders. They just hop from one tree to the next by gliding. Very cool animal. I don't know what happened to this one, but I sure hope it made it back to the wild in one piece. Okay, now that we know what a Colugo is, what do you say we get back to our Optimus Prime primetime mystery right here? I've got an official answer, and it's right here. So let's get right to it. I'm going to transform this piece of paper into one of the most important answers ever given on the Real or Fake show. Well, not really, but, you know. Well, it depends on who you are. I mean, if you're really into the Optimus Prime thing, maybe it is. Okay, let's see what the official answer says. And it says, oh, wow. You might find this hard to believe, but the official answer is fake. As many of my viewers pointed out, what seals the deal with this picture is just all the mistakes made with the image in Photoshop. But before we get to that, I just want to make sure we're all on the same page to what this thing actually is. And according to MGO316, the YouTube channel, it really is a toy.
So here is Cybertron Optimus Prime, and he is a big murder truck of justice, and he looks really cool.
Okay, so now that we know that, how do we know this life-size version is a fake? Well, when you take a really close look at the picture, all sorts of giveaways pop up. Number one is the window here. The Photoshopper did a really bad job here, and well, it just made a mess. Next is the shadow of the truck, which is really dark in some places, and then not all that dark in others, like, you know, the Photoshopper didn't even have time to finish it. And finally, around the edges of the vehicle here, we see the telltale signs of choppy cutout lines and white outlines and just everything that tells you that this is a surefire digital manipulation. The artist on this one may not be the best Photoshopper in the world, but I gotta appreciate that he decided to put it in front of an AutoZone. I thought that was funny. Coming up next, is this picture showing a floating trash bin for real? The picture was sent in by David Marchetti, who just wrote, "Hey Bill, is this bin really floating in midair?" David, believe it or not, we get all sorts of floating things in pictures that come in the door here. Like this floating Rubik's Cube, which is said to be self-solving, by the way. Floating rocks like this one, and then this double pair here. We also get floating men in lightning, and even, what else? Floating cats. But as far as this floating trash bin is concerned, this is the very first time I've seen this one. All right, guys, take a good look at this one. If you think this photograph has not been manipulated in any way, then I want you to vote real. If, on the other hand, you think somebody did some manipulation on this photo, well, you just vote fake. And as usual, you can always vote unknown. Okay, so go ahead and leave me your votes up here. Answers down in the comment section or shout it out. I will get out this, and we are going to find out whether we are looking at a real trash can that can elevate, or maybe just another example of Photoshop trickery class 101. Let's see what we got here. And the official, oh wow, okay, well, didn't expect this one. The official answer is real. Thanks to Samuel Aldaba Estropel and Vismay M, among many others, we now know this photo is real, but at the same time, what we're looking at is an optical illusion. If you look closely at the picture, the trash bin is not floating at all. What makes it look like it is floating is this dark area here. It looks like a shadow created by the trash bin, but it's not. In reality, that is a wet spot on the sidewalk. If I use my own Photoshop to remove the dark water spot, then you can see more easily that the trash bin is not floating at all. Let's take another look. With water spot, without water spot. See what I mean?
I have a blue house with a blue window.
The picture was sent in by Amia Louise Burns, who just wrote, "I saw this thing on Google called Mumbai's Blue Dogs, and I was wondering if it's real or BFF, as in Big Fat Fake." Amy, there's a Blue Dog Cookhouse in New York, a Blue Dog Pub in Pennsylvania, and a Blue Dog Political Coalition in Washington, D.C. But I gotta be honest with you, I've never heard of anything Blue Dog in Mumbai, India. Guys, take a good look at this picture and tell me what you think. Is it me, or does that dog look kind of fuzzy, as if somebody adjusted its color digitally? If you think this is a real, undoctored picture, then vote real. On the other hand, if somebody was having a little fun with the color via digital means, vote fake. And as always, you can always vote unknown. All right, votes up here, answers down there, or just shout it out. I'm gonna get out the you-know-what, and we are gonna get down to the brass tacks here right away. Or maybe that's the blue tacks. It's amazing how many ways you can use the word blue, like, I feel blue, or blue moon, or, I mean, there's just so many different ways. But in this particular case, sometimes the truth can be complicated. But the good news in this case is the answer is not, and I repeat, not unknown. Because the official answer is, as you might have guessed, is real. Thanks to Super Sleuths R. Kapoor and Arushi, we now have the full story. According to an article in Business Insider and a number of other news publications, the dog is indeed blue, even though it isn't his natural color. It's blue because a manufacturing plant was dumping illegal chemical waste into the Kasadi River in Mumbai. Now, the dogs often swim in the river, and it's the chemicals that turn the hair blue. In all, 5 dogs were found to have been dyed blue, but other than that, they all seem to be unharmed, and that's good news. Meanwhile, the manufacturing plant was temporarily shut down and fined heavily. Our last picture is this crazy looking thing. It was sent in by Tyson Lopez, who wrote, "Hey guys, I was wondering if this is real or fake." Tyson, I know nature can come up with some really crazy looking animals, but this thing looks like a cross between a deer and an elephant cooked up on deviant art. And look at those horns. Those look like something off a unicorn. If we look closely at the picture, you can see the texture of the hair kind of changes right in here. And if you just block off the nose, well, that thing really starts looking like a deer, don't you think? All right, what do you say we just cut to the chase on this one? Leave me your votes up here, answers down there, or shout it out. Let's get out this, and I'm going to get you the answer right away. So make sure to get those votes in right away, okay? Because I want to get to my favorite fake of the week, which is this week. This week it's pretty funny. So make sure you hang around, okay? Do me a favor. All right, now I'm going to do you a favor by telling you that the official answer on this crazy looking animal that looks like somebody took a deer and an elephant and chopped off the elephant's trunk and then mushed them together and tried to fake you out. Well, guess what? We didn't catch anybody doing that, because that picture is real. Super researcher Marinus Kramer was the first to find the smoking gun on this one. It's called a Sega antelope. These animals, which are about as big as a regular-sized goat, have long, inflatable noses. Scientists believe this helps them from inhaling dust during the summer migration and warm up frigid air in the winters. And oh, by the way, did I mention? Yep, they're on the critically endangered list too. Okay, well that's about it for this section of the show, but hey, do me a favor, hold on, don't go away just yet. I've got to show you my favorite fake of the week, so just, relax. And hey, don't forget, we have a new show every Friday, so don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as the notifications bell so you get a shot at being first official comment and win the pin. And now for my favorite fake of the week. The video is called Moon Monster Beating Astronauts. It was sent in by Vismay M, and well, take a look. Okay, not only does sound not travel like that on the moon, but let's take a look at the ending. As it turns out, it's a fake ad for baked beans. And that makes it so fake, it's funny! Hey, don't go away just yet. There are a whole lot more real or fakes you can look at. Just go ahead and click on one.